Hello, Pisces. Thank you so much for checking out my channel here, Reflexive Moon Tarot. My name is Sarah, and I will be hosting this reading for you as we move out of the new moon in Aquarius. We are still in the process of creating space in our minds, in our physical surroundings, clear out energy that is centered in long-term sustainability, as well as innovation, technology. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so you may actually want to reboot or reset your, you know, your phone or your laptop, computer. Do a factory reset or get some of that antivirus software updated and whatnot. And just clear out anything that no longer serves you in your space. That's sort of the lunar cycle that happens with the new moon every 28 days. It's a good time while the energy is low, in low light, to be out with the old so that the new can come in a good way. And with that, Pisces, let's get into this reading for you. First, we're going to draw from an oracle deck called the Adore Bizzle. I'll leave the link for that in the description box. And we have the bake haste. I'm not sure how to say that word. It's all about glamour. It's kind of like a little ghosty, horsey, not really a unicorn, but like a Patronus. Harry Potter's Patronus. Maybe you want to like catch up on some Harry Potter, reminisce on the old Harry Potter days. All right. So glamour and glitter. We have the Ace of Swords. Came through reversed. So the mind is not really in the best spot for you right now, Pisces. Your emotions might be taking over at this time. It's hard when you're in your feels, especially when the moon's light is low, and if you're in the northern hemisphere, extra especially. Seasonal affective disorder is such a mofo. Just the weather, period. But if you're, in a nicer place, then get some sunshine and figure out a way to better process your emotions. Talk to somebody. Pardon me. Because the thoughts really are connected to the mind. Connected to the emotions. And being like naturally an emotional person, it's going to be good for you to nip this in the bud while you can. Getting grounded is really, really important right now for you. We have the High Priestess reversed. So your mental health being a concern right now, grounding is crossing that. And I would say especially for the feminine bodies or the females out, the women out there watching this, knowing your cycles is like, that type of knowledge is such a massive power. Knowing your cycles it's like taking a dialectical approach to hormonal management. You may want to get an app that calculates your menstrual cycle. You may want to eat food that is more nutritionally centered in, I guess, uterine health. Raspberry leaves are a great tea to have. And what else? Just getting grounded and knowing the type of herbs and foods, whole foods, that will help you stay healthy. And it doesn't matter what type of body that you're in, like man, woman, gender, all genders, basically. you can learn how to do this. So if you are subscribing to toxic masculinities right now, you really need to honor sacred feminine and put your misogyny in check. So there are so many ways in which that can manifest, and it really is about learning how to sort of suck it up and tolerate your pain, and just coming to terms with the ways our behaviors hide these very toxic ideologies. So, Pisces, let's see how we can move through this. Overlooking the situation, we have the King of Swords. So, the throne of knowledge. Like, you may have been taught shitty things, things that have just created a very negative or insecure sense of self. So getting to know yourself and really matching the kinds of things that you want to stand for, that you like, that you feel you already do stand for, making sure that like you're walking your talk in that way, I would say is huge. Then the King of Swords can also be like overlooking, it can be like a negative sort of masculine or father type of figure that you have had to come to terms with on some level. So being taught really negatively or just being raised by someone who is really shitty. This person is super psychologically abusive, basically. They will omit truths to make themselves look good. They will lie to make themselves look good. They will teach you ways that are not good, basically. So that's either something that you're dealing with that's a reflection of you, or that you have been exposed to and are having to process in that way. Subconsciously, we have we have the capacity to be very, very grounded. So there's a really great, if you look at it this way, like a bowl that is holding your water. So it's just, are you coexisting with the air effectively, is what this, I would say this spread is calling into question. So you have the capacity to be very grounded and on point with that. Right now, though, because your mental health is being challenged, you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. And the Empress is ruled by Venus. So things that give you pleasure could also be like the pleasure principle. Shout out to Janet Jackson. Love you. That may be something that you want to explore on some level. Like, are you having fun? Like, it's not even about sexual pleasure. It's about enjoying yourself and having a good time. And what can you do to make yourself feel better in that way? Expressing yourself is something that you've just been learning how to do. Connecting with your emotions, learning how to identify them and expressing them. Maybe not necessarily in like you might not quite be super articulate about it or even just comfortable doing it often. It may take a lot for you, and that's okay. It's, it's a journey, and practice makes perfect. We have the Eight of Wands. So you will be seeking the method to your madness. And it's all about action. So the Eight of Wands is putting all of your energy into action, all the aspects of your energy, because your energy is like not just one big thing. You put it all together and it's one big thing, but there's aspects of yourself, and then various different types of outputs that you will be basically throwing out all at the same time in the same direction. So it might not be necessarily at the same time, because when you think about it, like imagine yourself throwing like 8 spears or 8 javelins. You can't really, like, it would be hard to hold all of those at one time and throw them at once. So right direction and thinking about the order in which you want that direction to take as well. So very sort of 7 of cups, 7 to 8 of cups type of energy. So direct action. And Mercury in Sagittarius is about consistent communication as well, and being detached, not attaching yourself to the people that you're communicating with. So really trying to be trying to find balance between healthy detachments and healthy attachments. We can avoid codependency, and that really is, like, these two really go well together, I would say, in terms of forward movement, reflecting back, and moving forward. Okay. Don't fall for second best, baby. Put your love to the test. You know you got to make them express how they feel, and maybe then you know your love is real. Yes, so if you are in a relationship with somebody and they are holding out from expressing and you're really wanting to be more expressive, then you may want to adjust or really think about whether or not you want that person to be around. So we have the moon reversed. So there's no secrets when it comes to you right now, Pisces, which is interesting because that's not usually the case. Usually, you know, there is an element of mystery when it comes to you. And yeah, like, honesty right now is, I would say, a key factor in your glamour, in your glitz, in what's making you very attractive and magnetic, I would say, is that you have nothing to hide anymore. You're done with that. And that's huge. It's huge, and it's pretty amazing as far as I'm concerned. Like, honesty is the best policy within reason. You know, you don't want to be unkind. Some people think that, like, critiquing people and listing their flaws and like, it just becomes a belittling behavior. We don't need to get into that. We have the 9 of Wands. It's reversed. So for whatever reason, despite maybe you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, or people may see that you are now sort of wearing your heart on your sleeve on some level. So it kind of looks like you're not, I don't know, there's something that's maybe making you look a little bit weak on some level. That could just be the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Like, if you're around people that subscribe to masking their depression, or just hiding their feelings, making themselves look strong, just to sort of save face, then you expressing your emotions may be seen as a weakness on some level. And I would say that if you are rejected, then it's like a blessing that you're being rejected on account of that, because you need to find somewhere that is okay for you to be you. And that really is the lesson, I would say, in a situation that is like that. It could also be that you do maybe need to be a little bit more, like, setting boundaries. When it comes to expressing yourself, there's a time and a place. So knowing when, where, and when. Because we can't just be like, you know, when we're sad, crying everywhere all over the place. I mean, we can do that, but it's not going to be received very well. So time and place is definitely something that a Page of Cups would be learning for sure. it can be difficult figuring out who's okay to cry with and who isn't, for like just as an example. And sometimes you just even have to like outwardly ask, like, hey, are you the kind of person that is supportive of people who are having or need extra support processing their emotions? It seems kind of cheesy, but at least if they say no, then you know, and if they say yes, then you can try them, right? So the Chariot reversed. You are afraid of not moving forward. Um, you might also be afraid of. You could also be afraid of going back to old ways where you are hiding or just going back into a hard shell and not letting people in. That could be something that is on your mind, or a fear for you. Uh, so either way, like, learning your cycle is also about going through the cycle and figuring it out and sort of mapping it out. And that takes time. So I definitely think that um, like it's possible that you may relapse on some level, but that doesn't mean that it's finite and that you are stuck in that way. It just means that it's a part of your learning process, and it will get easier and better as you move along through life. And the Chariot is ruled by the moon and Cancer, so very watery oriented, and also very centered in cycles. So just pay attention. The moon is such a great tool to use to map out our cycles. It's pretty consistent. And we have the Hanged One, or Suspension. So this is your card, actually, Pisces. It's ruled by your sign, Neptune, very watery. So you really have to get comfortable in your own skin. And it might be tough. Not your skin, but this process of being comfortable in your skin. Maybe your skin is tough and you just need some like lotion or coconut oil or something. But being comfortable in your own skin, and also because it's not even about skin, like this is metaphorical skin we're talking about here. This is being able to be uncomfortable. There's a period of discomfort that we have to go through when we are shedding our character defects, and that is accepting our defects and accepting the ways in which we may have been disruptive or made other people uncomfortable or even hurt other people. And it really feels like a loss. It's really, really difficult to go through. It's a harsh truth. It's harsh truths. This could be multiple levels of harsh truth about yourself that you are having to accept and forgive yourself about. Forgiveness with others. Like, that's something else that we can get into. If you want to do any personal readings, please hit me up on Instagram or email me. But definitely forgiving yourself and being comfortable with yourself again. And it's not about it's not about you not being at fault and forgetting about bad things that you've done. It's just coming to terms with yourself and like being okay with you, despite the fact that maybe you were kind of an asshole at one point, or you were just really hard to deal with, or there's just things that you have subscribed to that you really may feel like you've wasted a lot of time in your life subscribing to them. But it's done now. So you just have to be okay with it and try not to have too many regrets, because regrets and resentments will just eat away at your soul, which then eats away at your body. And, our uteruses and our livers, they are things that we need. It's all part of the sacred makeup. So be gentle with yourself and try not to resist this change. Don't resist this change, because you're going to be faced with resisting this change in the very near future. And it's up to you to decide as to whether or not you're going to repeat a cycle of not changing or allowing yourself to adjust. And it doesn't have to be perfect and completely executed perfectly the first time around. Like, we got a lot of lunar action happening, so allow yourself the time and the as many amounts, like as many cycles as you need to really come into some new skin, and shed the old skin first and come into this new skin for yourself. So with that, thank you so much, Pisces, for checking out my channel and this reading. And if it resonates, please do hit that like and subscribe button, or if it doesn't, please do the same. And we will catch you again next time. Take care and bye for now.